Welcome to our virtual walk and talk. Participants are in listen-only mode for the duration of this event. My name is Ruth Price Rollins, and I am the president of the Greater Cleveland Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. We are pleased to host today's event with the Alpha Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Black Nurses Society of Cleveland, and Girl Trek. We are so happy that each of you are joining in with us. Please use the hashtag self-care civic duty and share pictures wherever you may be walking this morning. We also encourage you to continue your self-care journey beyond today by signing up with Girl Trek. As African American women or organizations, we are issuing a call to action to care for ourselves as we endeavor to impact our community through voting. Without caring for ourselves, we will not be available to serve our communities effectively. Self-care and exercising our civic duty is mandatory. I want to share a quote by musician and artist Morgan Harper Nichols that captures the essence of our purpose today. It says, "You are worth the quiet moment. You are worth the deeper breath. You are worth the time it takes to slow down, be still, and rest." This walk and talk is designed to be informative, uplifting, and engaging. So each organization is raffling off $25 e-gift cards to 4 participants today. I am going to announce the first e-gift card winner, who is Crystal Lipford. All e-gift card winners will receive their prize within 1 week of today's event. I will now turn over the program to Black Nurses Society of Cleveland to talk about their mission and a critical self-care action during the month of October.
Shawnee, can you unmute? If not, Mitty, would you like to go next?
I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
all, and thank you for inviting us to take part in this well-needed event, bringing awareness to our communities. I am Shawnee Weatherspoon, President and CEO of Black Nurses Society Cleveland. Black Nurses Society Cleveland is a local nonprofit organization based and developed right here in Cleveland. Our mission is to empower our fellow nurses and educate our vulnerable communities on health disparities while inspiring, uplifting one another. Understanding that self-care is vital in the reduction of many chronic health conditions is only fit.
Shawnee, I think we lost you. Can you unmute?
This is contributed to Early detection. Some factors that may increase our individual's risk of breast cancer are family history of breast cancer, having your first menstrual period before age 12, never giving birth or being older when your first child is born, starting menopause after age 55, taking hormones to replace missing estrogen and progesterone in menopause for more than 5 years, taking oral contraceptives, birth control pills, and obesity. Common symptoms associated with breast cancer are new lumps in the breast or armpit, thickening or swelling of the part of the breast, irritation or dimpling of breast skin, and redness or flaky skin in the nipple area or the breast, pulling in of the nipple or pain in the nipple area, and nipple discharge other than breast milk, including blood, any change in the size or the shape of the breast. In addition to performing monthly self-breast exams and conducting mammograms, there are other ways you can assist in lowering your risk for breast cancer. Keep a healthy weight, exercise regularly, at least 4 hours a week. Limit and avoid alcoholic drinks to no more than one per day. Avoid exposure to chemicals that can cause cancer, and try to reduce your exposure to radiation. Although breast cancer is most prevalent in women, men are impacted as well. If you are concerned with your breast or your risk factors related to breast cancer, please speak to your healthcare professional. If you have low income or do not have insurance and are between the ages of 40 and 64, you may qualify for a free or low-cost mammogram through CDC's National Breast and Cervical Cancer Early Detection Program. To learn more, please contact the CDC directly at 1-800-CDC-INFO. If you or someone you know are interested in learning more about Black Nurses Society Cleveland, please follow us at BNS Cleveland on Instagram or Black Nurses Society Cleveland on Facebook. We offer free question suggestions weekly calls every Saturday. I will now announce our second $25 e-gift card winner, Kimberly Sutton. We encourage you to keep walking as we continue talking, and I will turn it over to Dr. Mitty Davis Jones, Chairman of the Connection and Social Action Committee of the Alpha Omega Chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority and Company.
Good morning. Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority was founded 112 years ago in 1908 on the campus of Howard University, which is where Vice Presidential candidate Kamala Harris joined the sorority. The Alpha Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha is a graduate chapter formed 103 years ago in 1917 in Cleveland, Ohio. Alpha Kappa Alpha is an international organization with chapters around the world and more than 300,000 members. The sorority has a long history of activism and advocacy in this country. As Alpha Kappa Alpha has grown, it has maintained its focus in two key areas: the lifelong personal and professional development of each of its members, and galvanizing its membership into an organization of respected power and influence consistently at the forefront of effective advocacy and social change that results in equality and equity for all citizens of the world. Our current program targets include a call to action in support of HBCUs, historically Black colleges and universities. We recently raised over $1 million in one day for our HBCU efforts. Another is building our economic legacy, which includes supporting Black-owned businesses. Another is women's health and wellness. And a fourth is our youth programs. We have several youth programs which are conducted through our Alpha Omega Foundation. Service is at the heart of AKA. This month, we are recognizing breast cancer awareness by sharing education about screening and early detection. 2 years ago, the sorority kicked off Breast Cancer Awareness Month with the unveiling of its mobile mammography unit at Texas Southern University. The plan was to reach 100,000 uninsured women across the country over the course of the following 4 years, while partnering with local clinics, rural health centers, and hospitals to emphasize the need for African American women to receive regular mammograms. The mobile unit was scheduled to arrive in Cleveland in April 2020, but was postponed. While that initiative has been suspended due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we maintain our goal of helping to reduce the factors that lead to breast cancer in African American women. On the policy front, the sorority was involved in the women's suffrage and civil rights movement. In Ohio, through our Connection and Social Action Committee, we have supported legislation for responsible gun control and domestic violence, as well as the Violence Against Women's Act at the national level. We are also supporting legislation to counter voter suppression, such as universal voter registration, and we continue to be involved in voter registration and get out the vote effort. I would now like to announce our third $25 e-gift card winner, Jennifer Johnson. We encourage you to keep walking as we continue talking. Connect with us on Twitter at AKA Sorority 1908, and I will now turn it over to Meredith Turner, National Social Action Commissioner of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, Incorporated.
Thank you, Dr. Mitty Davis Jones. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated began its work in social activism when our beloved founders participated in their first public service act, the Women's Suffrage March, on March 3rd, 1913. For over 106 years, we have been upholding the legacy of our founders and continue our work through the National Social Action Commission, which I am a member of, addressing issues that impact public policy and social justice. Social action is the vehicle used to establish the sorority's position on various issues, along with advocating for policies and legislation. Most importantly, social action mobilizes our members, chapters, and the community. In 1913, African Americans are being lynched at a high rate. It is the 50th anniversary of the Emancipation Proclamation. Woodrow Wilson's administration establishes federal segregation. Across the United States, federal work environments, lunch areas, and restrooms are segregated. It was the beginning of the rise of white supremacy and violence against African Americans. Does this sound familiar? They wanted to make America great again. As the country struggles with the aftermath of Charlottesville, the murders of Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, and Breonna Taylor, marches, and the removal of Confederate statues, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated continues to stand in solidarity against hate, bigotry, and racism. Our mission is to promote leadership, advocacy, and empowerment to affect social change and public policy. Voter registration, education, and mobilization have been national priorities for our chapters across the country. With 9 days left before Election Day, I want to encourage you to meditate, exercise, eat healthy, and talk with a trusted friend if need be. Our mental health is just as important as our physical health. Finally, October is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Every 9 seconds, a woman in the U.S. is beaten or assaulted by a current or ex-significant other. 3 out of 4 Americans personally know someone who is or has been a victim of domestic violence. Ohio suffered 109 domestic violence fatalities in the year ending June 30th, 2020, a 35% increase in fatalities from the previous year. Since the Violence Against Women Act passed in 1994, we have come a long way. The landmark legislation combined new provisions that hold offenders accountable and provide programs and services for victims. Every October, we rededicate ourselves to breaking the cycle. The Greater Cleveland Alumni Chapter and Delta chapters all across Ohio are committed to working with the community, members of the Divine Nine, and elected officials such as State Representative Janine Boyd and others to increase state funding needed to preserve vital services and to pass Aisha's Law. On May 25th, 2020, House Bill 3, or Aisha's Law, passed unanimously, expanding aggravated murder charges to include domestic violence circumstances and created a lethality screening for law enforcement at the first contact with a survivor. The bill is currently in the Senate Judiciary Committee awaiting a hearing. Look for a call to action from Delta after the new year when a new session of the Ohio General Assembly commences. Remember, voices have power. Do not stay silent. I will now announce our final $25 e-gift card winner, Tiana Cobb. We encourage you to keep walking as we continue talking. Connect with us on Facebook at Greater Cleveland Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. And I will now turn it over to our special guest, Onika Jervis of the Girl Track National Team.
Wow, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I am Onika, daughter of Levida, daughter of Eula, daughter of Florence, born in Diana, South America, 1916. It is such a blessing to be in fellowship with you ladies this morning. What a powerful start. On behalf of Girl Trek's national team, the co-founders, Morgan and Vanessa, I just want to thank the ladies of Delta Sigma Theta, the Black nurses of Cleveland, and Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority for stopping, for pausing, and for really bringing everybody together to say that we must serve ourselves first in order to do the work. I'm going to repeat that. We must serve ourselves first before we do the work. It is not by accident that we're having this call at this pivotal time. It's days before the election. And I know that everybody right now, we are anxious, we are scared, we are tired, but also too, we have hope. And we know that we come from a strong, powerful ancestry of Black women. We are strong. And so today we are just here to try to fortify what we know to be the greatness and the strength that we are made from. And so together we team up to remind ourselves that we have to be well, mind, body, spirit, soul, to be able to do this work, to be able to bring joy, to be able to be present for our families and our communities. We have to be present for ourselves first. So again, thank you so much. And I just want to give a really special thank you for Kalia, who reached out to Girl Trek, and she's been so phenomenal to work with, to partner with, to make sure that today's call happens. So Kalia, thank you so much. This is exactly how we envision that Girl Trek would work for our communities, is that we are here supporting each other. So this is the thing, my sisters. I hope that you are walking. I hope that you are actually moving, whether you are inside, circling in your living room, or walking up and down stairs, whether it is that you are outside and walked right outside the front door of your house and you're walking in your neighborhoods, or if it is that you made a special trip to the park, that you are walking. You are moving. I hope that you're doing that. And if it is, get right up now and just start moving. All right, I want to feel the energy. I want to know that you ladies are moving. If you were sitting at a desk, I want you to get up. I want you to move. This is what this is. It is about getting our heart rates up. Now, I know some of you already walked this morning, and that's all right. That's all right. Thank you for coming back with us this morning. I also too want to give a shout out. On this call is Joanne Broomfield, who is one of the amazing Girl Trek organizers that's in Cleveland, and she's going to be a really awesome support to you as you ladies begin to walk. But I'll get back to that in a minute. But Joanne, thank you so much for being on this call as well. So for some of you, you're probably saying, so what is Girl Trek? Some of you already know. So I'm going to take another 5 minutes to just really give you the background of what it is. And then we'll open it up for some questions. And I know that some of the ladies have questions for me. And then we will, that's what you'll hear from me. So what is Girl Trek? Girl Trek is the largest public service health nonprofit organization for Black women and girls. By Black women, for Black women. Girl Trek was founded by two college friends, Morgan Dixon and Vanessa Garrison. And it was put in place to mobilize 1 million Black women and girls to develop a daily practice of walking 30 minutes a day. Now, why? I'll tell you why. Because unfortunately, 82% of Black women are overweight. 53% of us are obese. And then imagine this, 137 Black women die every day from preventable chronic illnesses. Now, this is the part where we say, we gotta deal in truth. We have to know the truth. So how many of us on this call, either we are or we know somebody in our families that suffer from one of those preventable chronic illnesses? And you heard some of them before, you heard in the beginning of this call, us talk about some of those. But we're talking about diabetes. We're talking about hypertension, heart disease. And so we said, not on our watch. We can do things to lower those rates. We can do that to lower our stress. And so again, I want you to think about that. Morgan and Vanessa really, the whole concept behind Girl Trek was Morgan and Vanessa, for them, they had had enough. They got sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? We all know that. Fannie Lou said she was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. And so was Morgan and Vanessa, and so many of us today. And I'm hoping that that's why you're on this call. And so I invite you to listen, to get motivated, to start figuring out, how am I going to walk, right? Because we know we have aunts. How many of you know someone that died way too early? If I could see you, all of us, our hands would go up. We all know someone that should not have died from one of those preventable illnesses. So ladies, I thank you for today, for joining us, to learn more, to say, what can I do? So let me tell you another little thing that, is going to hopefully resonate with you. So why is it that we say 30 minutes a day? Let's find some time to walk 30 minutes a day. Usually when we go to the doctor for that checkup, right? One of the things that they say is, so do you exercise? And usually some of us lie and we say yes. And some of us can honestly say, yeah, we move. I remember being one of those people that would say, yeah, I exercise, but I wasn't. And then when he ran the test, you could tell that I wasn't moving and exercising. And so we knew right away what the science was. Move 30 minutes a day is what the science says. So this is what we are encouraging you to walk 30 minutes a day. Now we know that is hard to stay motivated to walk 30 minutes a day. And so what Girl Trek did, what Morgan and Vanessa did, we went back and we said, let's let's rest. Let's use the um, let's use the principles and the things that our foremothers that are foremothers and all the women in the civil rights movement use. So we are taking those best lessons that the civil rights movement used to mobilize their community. We call it the strengths of our foremothers. Who are you the daughter of? And so when I introduced myself, you heard me tell you who I am the daughter of. And so I want for you today, after we get off this call, I want you to think about that. You are the strong daughter of who? And that is some of the things that get us to continue to move. So we use the principles and the lessons of the civil rights movement to keep us grounded in moving, in supporting each other, in believing in ourselves, to be able to walk. One of the things is we actually, did our little homework and we've put together, because we know we got to come correct, right? We've got to have it for you so that you understand. So we call it the Harriet Doctrine. And hopefully this makes really sense to you. So we say you have to save yourself first. Because what did Sister Harriet do? She saved herself first. She said, I am going to walk myself to freedom. And so she found the path, she walked herself, and then she kept coming back. She kept coming back for her friends and her family. And that's what we're doing here today. We're coming back for you because Kalia is walking. Ruth is walking. Joanne is walking. And so today we are coming back for our friends and our family. So come back for your friends and family. And then rally your allies. Right? So we know that beyond this, we need the Black nurses with the information they have. So we're here. We need all the programming of Girl Trek. So we are here. We are rallying our allies. And then ladies, probably the most important thing, you have to find joy. You have to find joy. So we know that we are loving sisters, and the whole myth that America wants to tell us that Black women are not loving, that we are mean to each other, that is a myth. And so Girl Trek is here today to say, find your joy and spread it on. And for all the sororities, you know what that's about. Spread it on. Give it to somebody else. And so we are finding the joy for ourselves, and then we are loving on each other when we are in the supermarket and we see another sister that might be not okay, right? That the person at the register might not be okay. Instead of giving her back attitude, we give her a smile and we look her in the eye and we say, sister, I got you. We look each other in the eyes, and so we find joy, and we help to get our sisters to find joy, because we know this society is hard. It is hard. And so who are we? Who are these women that's walking? Onika, who are you talking about? My sisters, I'm talking about you. So Girl Trackers, again, we are encouraging you to find your 30 minutes. Go out there, and as a girl trek, as a solo walker, if it is that you have to do it by yourself, we say solo walkers, women that are doing it whenever they can and putting on their shirt and hashtagging and just walking, we call you solo trekkers. You are the life and the heart of Girl Trek. And then you might decide, like Kalia did, she said, I'm going to become a Girl Trek team leader because I know women that need to be walking. And so then you can become a Girl Trek team leader, which means I'm coming back for my folks, my family, and my friends, and my community. And then you become a Girl Trek organizer, which is then you start hosting walks, but then you start coming out to all the community events, the health fairs. I'm out here right now in New Orleans in my mask. We're doing, trying to rally people to vote. So we're out here, right? So I'm in my organizer role today doing that. So there's all kinds of opportunities for you guys to participate and to walk. Another thing that Girl Trek does is we also to realize that in order for our communities to really just have, be supported, we are offering trainings. We have Girl Trek University. For free, if you are a Girl Trekker, you have the opportunity to be trained as an outdoor fitness instructor, as a hike leader, as a mental health specialist. So these are things that our community needs. And so these are things that we offer. We get people trained for free. So, and then one of the things that I should let you know, and I'm going to wrap up here. There's so many good things for me to share with you. And so one of the other things that we do is probably the main thing. So Onika, how do we keep people walking and moving? So what did Girl Trek do? We offer culturally relevant programming for you. So monthly, there's challenges that we will offer so that folks can walk. We right now we are doing our Girl Trek boot camp, our Black History boot camp. It's in our prayer edition. We are doing, there's Girl Trek gardeners. We are right now the Black Girl Justice League, where we are educating people to vote. So these are all of the things that's available to you so that you can walk and be in fellowship with us. Also, to what we have is our Girl Trek sister hotline, because we know that these times are precious. So Girl Trek, we have sisters trained for you to call. If it is that you just need somebody to call and you might not be able to afford a therapist, or maybe you've already used up all of the funds to talk to your therapist, Girl Trek has a hotline. And I want to share that with you. I know that you are new to Girl Trek, but I want to share that number with you if it is that you might need to call and talk to someone. It is 888 girl without the I, because there's no I in team. So it's GRL Trek, TREK. And we'll share that with you after. And all of these resources are here for you to for free. So I just really want to invite you guys to walk with us. In Cleveland, there is a wonderful local chapter of Girl Trek. If you are on Facebook, the number if you're on Facebook, the way to join, it would be look up on Facebook, Girl Trek Cleveland. Join the page and participate. Joanne is waiting for you. To just join Girl Trek, I would love for you to just go to girltrek.org and join. As I said, we are in a campaign to get 1 million Black women saying yes to self-care. And so I invite you to join Girl Trek today. Join Girl Trek and then share it and pass it on. We're in the last mile to that 1 million, and we invite you to join us in walking. My sisters, all of this is free. It is all free for you. And so I invite you to walk and move with us. Welcome. And
Onika, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I think you gave everybody a strong call to action. You actually gave me the chills. Your words are very inspiring and relevant to us as a community. I know we are a little bit over time. The one question that I would ask is, how close are we to 1 million women?
yeah, that's a great question. So we've got about another 200,000 to go. Maybe a little bit less than that, but we're at about the last time I checked, we were at 860,000 women. That's big, right? Around the country, 860,000 women, 100,000 women said, yes, I deserve it. I am worth it. I am worth it, and are walking. But we've got more to go.
So thank you for sharing that. I hope everyone hears the call to action clearly from all the organizations, including Girl Trek, to engage in your own self-care, to save yourself first, and then go back and help get your family, get your friends, get your community. With that, we are going to close with our victory bridge. So Onika, do you want to take us to the close?
Yes, indeed. And so this is what I would want to do. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I just want to thank the organizations again for inviting Girl Trek, for finding the fire, right? Like Sonia Sanchez said, find your fire and pass it on. This is really such an honor. And so what I want to invite you guys as well to is to really, next week, take another virtual walk, and so you can really truly experience this again. It'll be a little shorter, but please. And so this is the thing, no matter where you go, Girl Trek walks, we always celebrate. We always end it by welcoming you, and then we always celebrate ourselves because, again, just really quickly, again, one of the things that, again, we don't celebrate each other, right? There's this myth, but in Girl Trek, we are celebrating each other. So we always end our walks with a big old victory bridge, and I'll tell you what that is. Usually, we will know who's on the call or who's standing with us in the parks, right? Because of COVID, we can't get together right now, so we're doing these virtual walks. But if it is that it was not COVID and we were in the park looking at each other in the eye and hugging and agreeing and supporting each other, when we get to the end of the walk, we would create this virtual bridge, which is, you guys call it a tunnel. The first people, they put their hands up and you run through it, and then everybody else joins in and it becomes a big tunnel, and we cheer people on as we come in. So this is what we're gonna do. Everybody, all of our hosts that's here that have access, you can unmute yourselves, and we're gonna just give one big energizing cheer for being here. If you are where you are, I know that you're muted, but I want you to just share yourself for showing up, for walking, for listening for this information, for making a pledge that you are going to move, you are going to look up Girl Trek, you are going to look up one of these organizations for just as you decide how to begin your own self-care, putting yourself first. So again, I want to thank you guys. I'm going to be looking out for selfies. Maybe we'll have some Girl Trek, some additional Girl Trek prizes for you guys. So I'll be looking at Kalia to let her tell me who went on and joined, and so that there'll be some additional Girl Trek prizes for you. So please join the movement. Again, have a blessed day. We're going to do our victory bridge right now. And then when we're done at the end of the call, keep walking if you need to, or just do whatever you need to do for the rest of the day. And we'll end the call that way. So once again, thank you guys. Sending you love from New Orleans. And all right, here we go. So congratulations, we did it. Ladies, woo-hoo-hoo, yeah! Yeah!
Yeah.
Yes!
Yes.
You rock!
Awesome. Thank you, Onika. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.